Welcome back. Northstar here with another pop-up dungeon Wizard's Tower Let's Play. Different day, different time, and things just keep getting shittier. In this rather unfortunate life I've had. The heat's not currently working. It's always spring, it's bitter cold due to a cold weather flash and cold inside. And money's tight. Family member I'm staying with who's perpetually house poor, and because the government fucked me out of Social Security disability based on not this asshole rule of not having job I work for the university pay into payroll tax, because jobs for when you are a student at a university don't, which is ridiculous, and it's not like it's helping you in any way. If you're a takedown some flan, you better start working up your appetite. You're certain some of these ghosts are going to help you with your cardio. They pay less if you've made less money. With Social Security disability insurance, so really the real reason for this, or at least I believe they pay less. Either way, as you get older, you're not going to live as many years, so it makes no sense to be eligible and then lose eligibility as the requirements go up. But that's how it already works, and so if they screw you out of some credits for something like that, like they did with me, then means that when I went back to grad school, I lost eligibility because they were already fucking me out of credits I should have had, you know, by not letting me pay in. And the jobs I worked the first time I was in grad school. And again, this was passed by this law by the Republicans with Clinton's dissent in the mid-90s. It was not meant to help workers. It was knowingly done to save money on screw people over on Social Security.
Let's honor the dead by putting their gear to use. Can you clean this off for me, please?
Nice little bit of absorb, and it's worth noting, nave damage reflect is irrelevant until enemies get through her shield.
Could you clean this off for me, please? Could you clean this off for me, please?
That is a
lot of
rich
spider-themed stuff.
I will sanctify it.
I'll keep it safe.
Let's honor the dead by putting their gear to use.
This is incredibly not potent.
Knowledge is power. That's not bad either.
I will sanctify it with my touch.
An instrument for justice.
Unless the character has very high bat power, this isn't that powerful.
Indulge me.
5 more minutes, which costs 5 AP. Funny enough.
Let's honor the dead by putting their gear to use. Indulge. Let's honor the dead by putting their gear to use.
This can give a lot of haste to an ally for a turn.
I will sanctify it with my touch.
This is reactive. Can get the healer kill when I don't want it.
Could you clean
Take
this off
time
for me,
control.
please? Indulge me. I will sanctify it with my touch.
Charm enemy. Useful. Alright, so some of these things are more useful than others.
Could you clean this off for me, please?
An extra set of revives is always nice, for instance.
Let's honor the dead by putting their gear to use.
Haste aren't bad. For sure.
I will sanctify it with my touch. Let's honor. Can you clean this off for me, please?
I wish she would shut up. I'm not going to give every single card to her, in fact. I can only give some. Oh no, this costs 2 AP, not 5. By having a 50% chance to fire, can work with characters who might fail in the ability otherwise. In James' hands, it would give the most health.
Indulge me.
I'll keep it safe.
Yeah, this isn't gonna do anything.
Sometimes greed is.
There is a rich lore to this item.
Mostly useless. Does a tiny bit here. Unless an enemy's weak to spirit. Eh.
Norin,
This will aid our quest.
Just a Brock. He's so much shielding. It's unlikely. Enemies are unlikely to get through, anyways. There's mileage
I
there.
humbly accept this gift.
Course. Yeah, Hrothgar's the one they always try and kill. You know what?
allow me.
Although he does get... That is going to interfere with his cards, but whatever. Tanking when the character always gets killed. Maybe that was an idea, but I'll get more cards in. Oh, lovely. So yeah, the young witches are only weak
Never
to
turn
water. And, oh wait, and fire. Fire? Why fire? I don't know.
Face from the cold.
I get the melting thing from water, but fire? This guy, we get spirit, however.
We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
She clears out of the way with this. And... or we can go in and try and take down Sun Death. Maybe Hrothgar will this one's and fall back. Y'all just does reactive healing. This.
Like this. All right, it's my turn now.
They have plain soup, but they can actually do something with it.
Long have I watched man.
Darkness will not rise.
Let's make this quick. You're not gonna like this.
The elements do my bidding. Where is my hand?
These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
Effort is the magic
Who
of
needs
man.
saving?
Alright, here we go.
I do not seek glory.
Ability, Vampiric Curse. Command, use damage ability on entity, target affected. Gives life siphon to the enemy? and reduce light defense to self. Lovely. So life 7 cuts both ways. It's definitely a punishment. Off-guard actually gets in the way of this tactical flexibility. Maybe I shouldn't have taken up that offer. Light defense is particularly a problem with reflected damage from my own abilities in some cases. Enemies have damage reflect. I don't know, I just think vampires are cool. Hey, mostly. Alright, let's clear her out of the way. Gone. I hope we'll have movement
I
after
walk
this.
through the valley.
Well, zeal strikes. Often not.
Go back to the shadow.
Alright. And that. Curses.
Never turn your face from the cold. Warm your hands by the fire, friend.
Long have I watched man.
Anyways, I don't know if I always explain this in a way that makes it clearer the injustice of what happened to me. The government's obviously took my money from the jobs that were worth the pay payroll tax. But I get nothing back, not a cent of that back. Don't get any of the, protection, the social safety net that I thought I had. Because, mind you, people think they're covered by disability if something bad happens to them and they end up disabled. They don't go telling you they've poked a full million holes to screw people over. So I thought I was protected.
My magic is strong.
It's not like I could just go and... Did that? Well, whatever. It's not like I could just go and get... Or any people could just go and get private insurance, because often those will screw you over and
Time
have
for some
excuses
explosive action.
not to pay up either. Private disability insurance does exist, but fucks you over the same way. It's just the same. Not to mention I was barely surviving, as was. With, among other things, keep in mind jobs taking payroll tax, that's money out of my paycheck, but also the employer does the matching shares, so that's potentially higher wages it could have gotten in theory if with jobs that weren't already minimum wage anyhow. So I was barely surviving. I couldn't be affording to double up on disability protection like that. And then the government, after taking all this money, screws me over by increasing the amount of work credits you need as you get older, such that it's the hardest in your life to fulfill the requirement when you are... I'm just gonna go for it. I think I leave him there, but after this failed, maybe I wanted to see if Hrothgar would die or not. That's right. That's what it was.
The darkness will not rise.
So, I thought I was protected, and they've been taking my money. And they already, the way the system is perfectly designed to screw young people. It increases, up to your 30, 31. Then, till you're 42, the number of work credits you need does increase. So, they could have done a more gradual slope with the increase, instead of having cap out and just sit and plateau. But they did it that way, because That way they can screw a bunch of young people over, because you're most likely to be insecure with employment when you're very young already, so people are going to be more marginal. If with a steeper slope in the work rates, you can really screw people over, especially if you're doing job training where you're not working, or you're going to grad school, or some people take time to travel the world a little when they're young. All these things where, you know, these are additional years you're not paying in. The idea is they can get money out of people from them paying in and never have to pay out, which is what, you know, they did to me.
Eternal dawn, light the way.
I'll have you, my pretty. Know any good recipes?
It may sound ridiculous, but the whole system is, it's not a conspiracy when they actually are out to get you. The system actually is designed to screw over young people, and to politicians know what they're doing, and then they pretend they play dumb, play innocent. And they're ultimately,
My
you know,
wrath undoes the wicked.
working for the interests of the very rich, the billionaire class, because capitalism, that's what generates this billionaire class and ends up generating a political system that only works to serve it. You can trace the roots of that back to the 1800s, actually, to, it's worth knowing that most, and even earlier, the 1700s to a degree, it's worth knowing that most of the liberal democracy governments came into being in thanks in large part to the emerging capitalist class that was rising out of European feudalism. So, of course, the governments in the very beginning served the interests of this group, because it was literally the group that helped establish these governments. And, you know, once the government serves one group, it's hard for it to change who they serve. Takes a lot to force a change.
I give you my heart.
So there's historical reasons things are the way they are, which is true pretty much everything in the world. Anyone who thinks history is bunk is silly.
I bring the flame.
The world is determined by the past, sometimes over-determined by the past. Which, if I understand that correct, I think I understand that is, but I'm probably using that term incorrectly. So correct me if I am. Over-determination being something where there's many factors contributing to something, and not sometimes any one of them, or sometimes any combination, but it's excess. It's far more than would be required to cause something to be a certain way. You can remove one factor or two, it wouldn't matter. Things still aren't that way because there's an excess level of determination. Yeah, that might not really
My path is right.
be an accurate definition, though.
I will fear no evil.
But things are the way they are because of the past. That much is not even. So yellow is the minimal damage, and purple is what it has the potential to do.
Redemption is at hand.
This keeps wasting my AP. Couldn't they made that a 0 AP thing?
Your faith is weak.
Multiple times? Really? So I get punished for haste. I should not have taken that offer. Oh well. My particular build's really tough. And that. Someday I'll have to redo this run because, this floor, because I did not get the item up. I mean, not this floor. No, the last 4 after we do. What am I saying? And get the eminent power there. This 4 I'm probably fine.
Stay close.
I'll probably get one.
Here.
The elements do my bidding.
Sorry, it's harder to think clearly than it ought to be. Because long COVID, it's been very cold. But, nice. Hope she goes markets to her. But there's a risk. It's limited usability after all. Yep, that affects enemies and allies.
Let's make this quick.
Anyways, you know, if it wasn't clear enough that they were trying to fuck me when I dealt with the local security office, I think I explained the person there just lied to me or was incompetent, or both probably. Was incompetent, but was also trying to lie. Maybe not even telling the right lies. Said that they didn't have any record of certain jobs they'd done, which is false. They did have a record. They just had a record of it not being things not contributing to Social Security. And this nasty person probably lied about it because if they say stuff like that, then people won't realize what it actually is that they're screwing them out of getting credit by not counting certain jobs that people might think. Misdirect people, you know, and then they sound misinformed if they challenge things because they've been lied to about what the actual reason is they're getting screwed. It's not incomplete records. And I actually spent some time finding out that they actually had these records. This person was just lying to me. Wasting my time, which is the point of this. To waste people's time and hope they'll give up.
My poison of choice? Sugar. This room ain't
If a disabled person gives up and
double
ends up like homeless and dies because of the way they treat them, so much the better as far as these assholes are concerned, because they don't want people to stick around who aren't contributing to the
I do not seek
workforce. Because again, they only serve the interests of the very rich, and the very rich only, you know, profit from you if you're working, obviously. I mean, they may get accumulated wealth out of you, but this doesn't stop that from happening. Sometimes it'll be things like tax-supported systems. You move money around in such a way they can more easily get their hands on it, but or that we'll say, you know, subsidize very low-paid workers. People call it subsidizing. It's not really, but support very low-paid workers so they'll be less inclined to be more aggressive in demanding higher wages, as like minimum wage workers don't make enough to survive and end up on food stamps while they're working.
I bring the blade.
I complained about wages being too low at a job I worked soon after my first time in grad school. Keep in mind, this is getting screwed working in jobs like this after I was stuck in a rural area, and then not be able to get jobs in my field when I finally got to the city because I'd been out of the field too long. This is part of why I went back to grad school. When I complained one of my bosses just pay me way too little. He's like, "Oh, go apply for food stamps." He literally said that. He knew it, you know. I mean, obviously I was working for him. He knew I was working. But these assholes do that as a way to try and diffuse demands. I mean, it's not exactly a subsidy, and I hate when people, that's not the correct term for it. I'm a stickler for, you know, using the right language, because words have meaning. But it is
My path is righteous.
a way the powerful try and diffuse demands for higher pay.
My wrath undoes the
And of course, if I'd ever tried to unionize this workplace, this boss would have found some bullshit excuse to fire me. It's not like I could demand higher pay on my own. And when it says, employment is a freely made contract, that's bullshit, because workers have no ability to demand higher wages most of the time. They get lied to about what their labor is worth. There's all kinds of emotional manipulations bosses do them in the hiring process. The system, they will make people make sure in the first place that the system forces people taking a job they can get, so they don't hold out for better pay. Yeah, capitalism is a broken, evil system. It really is.
Can we go get ice cream after this?
And it annoys me to no end that people make endless apologetics for it.
We are hungry.
redemption is at hand.
Okay.
Is the magic of
I didn't know what Vampire Curse was. I thought it'd be something else. This is actually an incredibly annoying ability to be burned with. Definitely a problem.
Let's risk a little
Summon
magic.
a Phoenix, give it Flame Blade.
I'll wield the elements in your favor.
Let's make this quick.
Alright. Thank you. Yeah, capitalism sucks, and if you want me to see me destroy it, at least in a fictional context, check my Hearts Iron 4 Let's Plays. I often do communist nations and try and turn them all communist. Of course, I usually, because my very low energy,
These elven eyes have seen much
trouble
suffering.
focusing, even though the games go well, they'll never quite as well as planned, because I make a lot of mistakes in my long COVID. Yeah, actually, I'll just hold that here for that turn. I always carry things through to their end, although I have sometimes. Not exactly. I did have one game that went past 40, but the war wasn't over yet. That was actually a non-aligned Germany run. First game I ever played. But yeah, but non-aligned, that is monarchist, which kind of stupid ideology, to say the least. It's more for alls. I feel like that's too many people's introduction to
I'll be waiting in the shadows.
that game. It's a common, I think, first pick for new players. It's easier than some of the other paths to understand how it works. Alright, just this last one.
do not seek glory.
Alright. Unfortunately, this is gonna happen when I take this thing down. This puppet. I mean, they're all like on popsicle sticks, technically. As you can see this game, but anyways, this young witch, I'm gonna take her down. Kind of a weird suspension of disbelief. Covers the game, even though it's very open in the game. How fake it is. That's the point.
Faith is weak.
They're all on popsicle sticks. It's
Go back to the shadow.
there we go. Couple of seal strikes.
The light will guide you. Here.
Thankfully, those fired instead of this.
Stay close. Never turn your face from the cold. My
Let's
path
take
is
her
righteous.
down.
You wouldn't like me when I'm wet.
There we go. And that
Ah,
fight's
the
over.
warmth of victory.
How's the vampires' help treating you? Not well, as you well know. The lesson here is never trust Dracula. Actually, you should always be dubious of anyone who offers you power. You're telling me, say, what's the wizard's deal anyway? His deal? Yeah, what's the game all about? Hey, I just work here. If you really want to know, you should ask him. But sometimes not knowing can be more fun, if you know what I mean.
Sometimes greed is a necessary evil.
Sorry, I know I said that a bit flat. I'm tired
Let's honor
here.
the dead by putting their gear to use. Ugh, could you
Continuous
clean this off for me,
exposure to
please?
cold does not do wonders for my energy or clarity in mind.
A boon to our cause.
More firepower.
This could be useful if I ever swap them. But will degrade, so it technically costs me a little gold to equip it. Alright. 34 minutes already. I might be able to do another fight if I'm quick. See what enemies pop that don't form. Whether I can do it. My decision.
Double toil and trouble.
Another young witch? Ghosts aren't bad. They don't pop around. They do phase out annoyingly. Telekinetic tosses can be a problem.
I will fear no evil. I do not
Light
seek
magic.
glory.
Yeah.
I will fear no evil. We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Huh. Ulrich's got higher resistance even. Well, he has all intervention off cooldown. Skill there. Those who offer you power
There's a
often
storm on the horizon.
have sinister motives. 'Tis true.
You're not gonna like this.
The darkness will not rise.
All right, it's my.
Bad against magical. Actually,
Long have I watched man.
he's got range attacks, which could hit this young witch again, depending on where she lands.
I'm not used to all this darkness.
We could do a flame blade. This is actually a magic.
Time for some
Yeah.
explosive action.
The elements do my bidding.
Cool. Here he's got better visibility anyhow.
The darkness will not rise. These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
Hmm.
I'm not used to all this darkness. The darkness will. Oh, ouch! Who needs saving? These elven eyes have seen much suffering. The darkness
No,
will not rise.
Not bought the young witch landing. Alright,
Never
I'll
turn your face
try
from
to
the
get through
cold.
this. Especially after you guys hear listen to me talk about all that. I deserve to see this to the end.
Our cause is true.
Chain of consciousness, not always the best. Organizing what to say in a stream. Train of conscious.
Be at peace.
It's not mundane, Zeal Strike. What it?
Here. Go back to the shadow. Here.
If I had a steel buff thing, that would actually make that not so bad. It doesn't care if that's mundane or magical. Okay, that explains that. I can get
I
here
walk
so
through
he
the
can
valley.
hit this character without having to deal with the
Effort is the magic of man.
ghost getting in the way. If revived. Hmm. Let's do
You
some
want me to
speed.
pull a rabbit out of his well?
You're not gonna like this.
Steal some
Take
defense. And
I
the
will
vampire
fear
thing does
no
help me
evil.
work up more hunger, because it technically can prolong battles. It's not all bad.
Redemption
Holy
is
Strike
at
keeps turning out to be better than the Spirit Strike. Oh well.
Warm your hands by the fire, friend.
Who needs saving?
This taste not all good.
I
Has
sentence
some
you to
benefits,
more
though.
life.
I don't know if it's just the vampire curse thing.
Time to sparkle. Know any good recipes?
My wrath
Bloody
undoes the
detaunt.
wicked.
Does have low detaunt defense, so that's probably why I keep throwing that at me. One's that I'm weak against. Giving character weakness enhances their strengths, but of course it is a weakness, you know. So you choose the ones you want to deal with. Or that makes sense from roleplay. That's a little bold. Figure the detaunt represents the ability of the character. Willingness to leave enemies alone a little.
Redemption is at hand.
Or maybe just the stupidity and easy of being fooled. You know, paladin stereotypes. Smart paladin, dumb paladin.
Our cause is true.
Try and prevent anything
There's
from
a
being
storm
through the shield
behind
would be
you.
good. If I do prevent it. Right, I need to take Sundeath down though.
I still have faith in man.
Though it was not resisted.
We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Or, wait, no I can't. What am I saying? Whoops. Tired.
I bring.
It's probably about the worst character to give that to, except that he'll gain AP over time, I guess. Let's try and take down
Put
Hrothgar,
your
so
faith in the light.
Let's make this quick.
I'm not used to all this darkness.
so he was feared, so he can't do anything. Yeah, at least the ghost can't get him from there. Again? The haunting?
I'm fun-sized. Gotta burn off these sweets. I'll have you, my pretty. This broom ain't for sweet.
My wrath undoes the wicked. I give you my heart.
So if it's taking longer than I like. Could have cut this in two. Maybe this short second video though.
Redemption is at hand. Your faith is weak.
Again? Really?
Repent! Works up hunger, I guess. Stay close.
Where is my hat? This will aid you.
It's not taunted anymore. Now I
I
can
do not seek glory.
prick down.
I bring the flame.
Dead.
The light will guide me.
Go Valeriantum!
All right, it's my turn now.
Could do this. Yeah, that wouldn't necessarily steal a ton of defense. I'll save the AP. And let me do stability. Is the block on cooldown? Oh yeah, it is. That's not guaranteed to steal a bit of defense here though. Ah, potion. Speed. Blue potions are often mana potions in games.
Who needs saving?
A couple of more hunger there. It's probably important I shouldn't bother.
Eternal dawn, light the way!
Yeah.
Know any good recipes?
But you'll have to move.
Banish thee!
We are pilgrims in an unholy land. I walk through the valley. back to the shadow. Be at peace. Your faith is
Adds
weak.
hunger. What was the fast forward button though? To fast forward through that ability?
Redemption is at hand.
The years are catching up with me.
Not sure they are. Whatever.
Long have I watched man. I tread the path need chooses.
The flame will never die.
So, still working up an appetite for my flan, I see.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Of course you do, but first, I have a joke for you.
Really?
Why do vampires like Reddit?
I give up.
On the joke or the game?
Can it be both?
I'll assume you're ready for the punchline. Because they love typos.
Hey, that's my joke. Also, Reddit's a terrible platform. Full of trolls and manipulated constantly by right-wing think tanks and Hasbro, which is Israeli misinformation and propaganda, and Russian propaganda and Chinese propaganda and US intelligence propaganda. It's just full of governments trying to twist narratives.
What are you, Joe Rogan? Get out of here, bat.
Don't make me get litigious. Can I ask my question now? I think you said that's my punchline earlier. Did I remember to say it?
Not now.
Can I ask
I'm
my
about
question
to take
now?
this bat to court. And I pay your salary, so I know you can't afford the legal fees.
I'm getting paid?
So this is the fat loot everyone was telling me about.
With what's going on with the...
More firepower.
total lack of AP? Yeah, I think the blue potion instead of the shifting stone might make
So
sense
this is
there.
the fat loot everyone was telling me. I'm looking for this.
I humbly accept this gift. This will aid our quest.
Yeah, no, Divine Shield's a useful
This
ability.
will aid our quest.
You can have that, I guess. That music, which may seem out of place, it's because that's... I borrowed the cosmetics from the King Arthur stone. I probably should have changed the music. A sheet of paper drifts down from the heavens. This must be the work of a ghost. Pick up the page. Oh no. It's written on no, but anyways, it's much worse. It's a subpoena. Core of the Wizard. The Wizard at Law versus Dingbat LLC. LL. Limited Liability Corporation. District Tower Territories. Civil subpoena for enemy character. You the player. Popup Dungeon King System. 101 Wizardly Way. Any knowledge or memories that may further incriminate the Dingbat. Limited Liability Chiropractic. Chirocop. Chiropteron. Chiropter on. Yeah, it's that's that even a real word? Not chiropractic. Looks like that joke was serious business. Oh goodness. This must be the work of a ghost. Even worse, it's a subpoena. Oh goodness. Here we go. Wizard's vending machine. This is something good.
More.
What a blessed find.
Legendary.
A boon to our cause.
So this is the fat loot
A divine gift.
More.
What a blessed find.
Glorious.
Higher tier and higher quality.
Do you know what this is?
A boon to our cause. I humbly accept this gift.
Given the low quality of this holy shield, I'm gonna say still used on mortal wound. I'm unlikely to swap out his equipment anyways. Yeah. Didn't expect to find a wizard's vending machine. It's probably the best interactable, but it costs you some gold.
Silence for the fallen.
So
Oh
it's
wait,
not
is
without
that loot?
drawbacks.
Men looking for this. So this is the fat loot.
I'll keep it safe.
Men looking for this.
Everyone needs speed to deal with the vampire curse. He doesn't go down as often, but he can guard other characters, yeah.
Sometimes greed is a necessary evil.
Since damage then goes through his higher defense. Sometimes Ulrich, I don't have enough uses for his AP when he's used Divine Fervor. It is more potent in his hands than anyone else's.
Indulge me.
Chainsaw. Also useful if a train gets summoned.
Ugh. Could you clean this off for me, please?
If Brock summons a Tran and it gets charmed, or he's confused or charmed by the other side and summons
So
one
this is the fat loot everyone was telling me
to the
about.
other team. Can now remove the Tran.
More firepower.
Since it's, well, actually the
Could
Ironwood
you clean
one
this off for me, please?
is not weak to slashing, so that would only be if it was in sudden death when support is lower that would happen. Should I do that?
More firepower.
Our support abilities are a little situational. Like someone's wounded, or using this to top off a character after this. Well, it does give speed, or it's been upgraded to the point where it's worth it for the speed alone, or it just had nothing better to do. Possess, yeah. Anyways.
So this is the fat loot everyone was telling me about.
Yeah. I might want to give. It's unlikely I'll summon more than 2 Phoenixes in battle. Cone of Fire second
Men
use.
looking for this.
And the Treant's tank. They tend to get enemies to attack them. So I'll want a third. Judgment Day. The door creaks open to reveal a lavishly decorated hall. At first glance, it appears to be another vampire's bedroom. But as you peer inside, you realize it's something far more frightening. A courtroom. You enter to find yourself behind the judge's bench. Right. Interesting. Well, that we'll have to wait till next video. Enough for now. I need a rest. Cold just makes me tired faster. So I wish you folks all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star to lead you home. Until next time, this is Northstar. Adieu and best luck.